Good morning, students. Today we are continuing with our discussion about the government and the parliament. So the parliament selects the national government, means the executive. The strength of the house means Lok Sabha is 543. So the government is formed by the majority party in Lok Sabha. The central executive remains in power if majority members in Lok Sabha supports the government, not of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. So there are 543 members in Lok Sabha. Before 2020, two members were nominated from Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha and all the state assemblies of India. By 104th amendment of the Constitution, the nomination of Anglo-Indians to Lok Sabha is removed. So, from the beginning of the Constitution till 1950, from 1950 to 2020, two members from the Anglo-Indian community were nominated to Lok Sabha. The present government has amended the Constitution and removed that provision. So the strength of the House at present is 543. Earlier, wherever we were discussing, you might have heard the strength of the House as 545. 543 elected, 2 members nominated. So present is 543. So naturally, to form a government, majority members, majority means is a simple majority. 50% of the total strength of the House plus 1. So that is 272. So if a person wanted to be Prime Minister, minimum 272 MLAs should support him. You may say it is half only. Half is enough because human being cannot be cut. The members are human beings. So opposition parties will have 271. The ruling party will have 272. That's a minimum required. All the members of the House can support the Prime Minister. There is no rule that there should be opposition party. No problem. But the ruling party is minimum. Then only it becomes the ruling party. Okay. So, if one party is not able to get the government of 272, that's a 50% plus 1, then what shall we do? Then many political parties will join together and they form a coalition. Coalition means many parties join together and they agree to form a government or agree to form a group. That group together is called a coalition. If one party is not having majority, it means one party is not able to have 272. We can say the last one party earlier, for many decades, we were not having majority. At present, one party is able to have, BJP alone is having majority. Earlier, Narasingha Rao government was the last single party rulers. After that, no party was able to have on single party. Means one party majority. All parties were for government after 1991 under Narasingha Rao. Then previous Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was a finance minister. At that time, we had a single party rule, last single party rule. Then present government is having 2014 election as well as 2019 elections. Both elections, single party was able to get a majority. Okay, so from 1991 to 96 is over. From 1996 to 2014, we were not having single party rule in central government. All the ruling party, all the time, were coalition rules. Okay, so if one party is not having majority, coalition is formed to make the government. That is all. Now, the Prime Minister of India is the leader of the ruling party in the Lok Sabha. It is not compulsory he should be the member of Lok Sabha. It is not compulsory. He can be member of any house. This happened with the first time. It has happened with Mr. Devagowda. When Devagowda was selected as a prime minister by the party MPs, he was MLA in Karnataka. And he became a member in Rajya Sabha. So he became Prime Minister through Rajya Sabha. Second is Mr. Manmohan Singh. So all other Prime Ministers were members of the Lok Sabha itself. So the governmental majority, the leader of the government should be elected by majority members of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha should say he is our leader. He can be a member of any house, of Rajya Sabha or of Lok Sabha. So all the ministers will be the members of the ruling party or coalition. All the ministers should belong to the ruling party. They may be members of that party, or they may be members of the coalition. Different political parties may be. But they must be supporting the government. They cannot be a member of opposition party and become the member of ministers. No chance. If a person is made a minister without being a member of any house, has to become the member of any house within 6 months. Any person, any citizen above the age of 25 can become minister. But within 6 months, if he is not a member of Lok Sabha, he has to become a member of Lok Sabha if he is below 30 years. Above 30 years, Rajya Sabha also can become. So 6 months validity time is there. Without being a member of any house, he can become the Prime Minister or any minister. That permission is. So that is it. So if a person is made a minister without being a member of any house, he has to become the member of any house within 6 months. After 6 months, one day is over. He cannot continue as a minister. He has to resign. Otherwise, the president has to dismiss him. Okay, as per the advice of the Prime Minister. That is what is written in the Constitution of India. Ministers are selected by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister decides who all should be the ministers. Okay. And he gives the list of president. President just appoints the person as the minister. And the Prime Minister allots him the portfolio portfolio means a minister will be education minister or finance minister or a defense minister or a foreign affairs minister, whichever it is. There are different departments. So all those allocation of portfolio, sole portfolio department which a minister should handle is done by the Prime Minister. So he is appointed, the ministers are appointed by the President. Now, all those who do not belong to the ruling party are called the opposition party. So, there are two groups in the parliament. Ruling party means all those persons who agree with the government or support the Prime Minister, they are called the ruling party. All others who are not supporting the ruling party, they are called the opposition party. There may be some political parties, they may not be every time joining with the opposition, they may not be every time joining with the ruling party, they may be neutral. That also permitted for different political parties. They can take decisions as they like. Okay. The group of ministers along with the Prime Minister is called the Council of Ministers. So all ministers and Prime Minister together we call it a Council of Ministers. In this Council of Ministers there are three cabinet ministers, ministers of state with independent charges, ministers of state, then there is a deputy minister. There are no deputy ministers, there are deputy ministers who are also there earlier. Okay. So there are three levels now. Cabinet, ministers of state with independent charge and ministers of state. I will give you details when we come about the Council of Ministers separately. Okay. In the Council of Ministers, important ministers are called the cabinet ministers. The ministers who are having more responsibilities, who are able to attend the cabinet meeting, they are called the cabinet ministers. All ministers cannot attend the cabinet meeting. Ministers of state with independent charges, if they are called for the cabinet meeting, they can attend the cabinet meeting. Otherwise, they cannot attend. Ministers of state means ministers who are helping the cabinet ministers. They cannot attend the cabinet meeting unless and until they are specially invited by the Prime Minister. So in the Council of Ministers, important ministers are called cabinet ministers. All the decisions in the government are taken by the cabinet. That's the most powerful body in the country. All the decisions are taken by them. What to do, how to do, everything. That's a cabinet ministers. All of them decide together. No ministers can disagree with the Prime Minister or any other ministers in public forum about a cabinet decision. If once a decision is taken in the cabinet, no minister can disagree with the Prime Minister or even against any other minister. In public, they can discuss inside the cabinet meeting. They can disagree. But in the cabinet, once a decision is taken, no minister can say it is not my decision, I did not agree with the decision. If he disagrees with that decision, he has to resign his ministership. He cannot disagree with the Prime Minister and he cannot remain in the government. In the governmental matters, but not private matters. Okay. In the governmental activities, every minister has to agree whatever is a decision taken by the cabinet. If they don't agree with the cabinet decision, the minister has to resign or the Prime Minister will dismiss him. Because it's a unanimous decision. So in the cabinet, they can disagree, but decisions in the cabinet should be unanimous. No dissent note is possible in a cabinet meeting. No minister can boycott the meeting of the cabinet and say still I am a member of the cabinet. In the parliament sessions are going on, opposition parties can boycott. They say we don't agree with the government, that's okay, that can happen. But a minister being a minister cannot say I am boycotting the government. He cannot say. Because he has agreed to be part of the government. He can resign, there is no problem. An individual who feels that he cannot accept the governmental thinkings or decisions of the Prime Minister, he can resign his post. But being a minister, he cannot disagree. Public places, in meetings, in their private meeting with the Prime Minister or the all ministers, he can disagree, there is no problem. But once a decision is taken, anywhere he has to speak supporting the government. He cannot speak against the decisions of the government. He can say in the meeting, cabinet meeting, his disagreements, not in public forum. Different political parties having similar concerns to form coalitions. So there are, when one political party alone is not able to form the government, so many political parties join together and form the government. So there are two coalitions at present in India. That is United Progressive Alliance, UPA, then a National Democratic Alliance, NDA. These are two alliances, coalitions at present are there in India. UPA is led by Congress and NDA is led by BJP. Two main political parties. Congress, Indian National Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party. They are two leaders of the coalitions. Some members in UP are the Congress, DMK, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, that is of Tamil Nadu, NCP in Maharashtra, RJD in Bihar. They are all supporting the Congress. They are together, they work. They are called UP. In present ruling party, that is BJP, is leading it. That is NDA, National Democratic Alliance. Okay, National Democratic Alliance. The some members in NDA are BJP, JDU, Janata Dal, Nitish Kumar is the leader, he is in Bihar. LJP is led by Lok Janashakti Party, led by Ramvilas Paswan. So here RJD, Tejasvi Yadav, person is father, is in jail. RJD leader Lalu Prasad Yadav is in jail. So RJD is led by Tejasvi Yadav. This is Sharad Pawar is the leader of it. Okay, JDU, LJP, all this, these are some of them. There are so many others. I have not mentioned Agali Dal, so many others I have not mentioned, only one or two I have mentioned. So Rajya Sabha, when we go to Rajya Sabha functions as primarily as a representatives of the states of India in the parliament. The members of Rajya Sabha are not elected from a geographical constituency. They are the members of the state. Every state is allotted with some members of the state. Karnataka has got 12 members. Kerala has got 9 members. UP has got 36. Like the different states according to the population, they are allotted. Now let's see. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected MLAs of states. MLAs elect the members of Rajya Sabha, not others. The members of Rajya Sabha, MPs in Rajya Sabha, are elected by MLAs, not all. We'll come to that. Okay. 12 members are nominated by the President. Okay. This is it. There are 233 elected members, means 233 MPs to Rajya Sabha are elected by the MLAs. 233 all over India. Okay? And 12 are nominated by the President of India. You may be knowing Sachin Tendulkar was nominated. many others in the sports field or social work field, they are nominated to the president, to the Rajya Sabha by the president, because they may not be ready to contest the elections. But Indian people want their services, their knowledge, their abilities. So Abdul Kalam was nominated. So members who are in the scientific field, in the field of literature or art or social service, they will be nominated to the Rajya Sabha by the president. 12 members can be nominated by the president. Presently, Rajya Sabha is having 245 members, 233 are elected, and 12 are nominated by the president of India. So that is the Rajya Sabha. Now we will say a little more about Rajya Sabha. Term of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years. Lok Sabha is 5 years, but Rajya Sabha is 6 years. It is a permanent house. That means at no point of time all the members will lose the membership. Every time there are members in the house. Lok Sabha, when the 5-year term ends, all the members will lose the membership. But Rajya Sabha, it is not like that. There is no time that all the members will lose membership. Only 1/3 will lose the membership. Vice President is the chairman of the house. Rajya Sabha chairman is the Vice President. But his term is of 5 years. Vice President is elected for 5 years, but he is the chairman of Rajya Sabha, but he cannot continue 6 years. Only other MPs of Rajya Sabha, Vice President, they are having 6 years. Vice President is having only 5 years. 1/3 of the members retire every 2 years. Next slide, I have explained it. 1/3 of the total members retire on every 2 years. Here you can see it. Now, for example, I have given an example. I have not taken it completely. I will just give an example for you to understand it. Think formation of the house in 1950 and membership is 90. So the first it was formed in 1950, and first there are only 90 members total in the house. This is an imagination. Don't think that this is really it is. I have already told you 233 and 12. Okay, this is for understanding just. So 30 members join in 1950. The house starts with 30 members in the year 90. Next, another 30 join in the 1952. Next 30 join in 1954. Now, house strength is I told you already 90. So all members are there in the house by 1954, 50, 52 and 54. So this member who was joined in 1950 completes his term of 6 years in 1956. They lose the membership. So in 1950s, all the members who joined in 1950 lose the membership. And naturally, for those 30 seats, there will be an election to the Rajya Sabha. And MLAs elect the members of Rajya Sabha. Okay. So, and new 30 are coming. But it doesn't mean that same members can be re-elected. There is no problem of it. The person is 6 years, again he can be re-elected. But he has to be re-elected. Then only he can continue next 6 more years. So that is the speciality of Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. The members are elected for 6 years. And 1/3 of them retire every 2 years. This is a process of retirement. Every 2 years, new members are coming inside the house. Fresh members. Not like a Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, all of them come together and all of them go together. They can be re-elected. That's okay. But losing membership is same time. Here it is on every 2 years. Okay. Thank you very much. Tomorrow further duties and powers, all those things we will discuss. Thank you very much.